No, what is it? Was that MTV show where the top
TRL?
There's no TRL.
Like,
there's no show that lets us know these are the hits now that everybody's watching.
That's right.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. So Drake has released a huge folder of previously unseen content, which includes 3 new songs and behind-the-scenes footage. Material from studio sessions, audio clips, and fresh tunes were uploaded to a website called 100 Gigs, with the Canadian rapper posting a screenshot of the site on his Instagram story. The 3 unreleased songs are titled It's Up, featuring Young Thug and 21 Savage, Housekeeping Nose, and Blue Green Red. The release, which totals just over 100 gigs of data, comes after a quiet few months for Drake, following his feud with fellow rapper Kendrick Lamar. In one of the folders, which references his 2016 hit Hotline Bling, Drake is seen explaining that the song is named after someone he had a romantic encounter with, whose name he saved in his phone as Hotline Bling. Another folder, which references Honestly Nevermind, shows footage from inside the studio of the production of the 2022 album, in which Drake and his team are reacting to the music.
Everybody to be listening at the same exact time to the same 10 or 20 artists. If you're into this specific type of country music, you could listen to that and you think it's the biggest music on the planet. But not everybody's. There's no what is it? Was that MTV show where the top
TRL?
There's no TRL. There's no show that lets us know these are the hits now that everybody's watching.
That's right.
So I could actually see there being way more successful artists. They're just not as famous.
Yeah, I mean, shit. NBA YoungBoy is a great example of that, right? Summer Walker is a great example of that. Somebody like Tank is a great example of that. Like, these people have super cult-like followings who love them. You know, at least Summer gets radio play. Tank don't get as much radio play as she should, even though she writes smash records. They got gold plaques, platinum plaques. They selling out shows, but it's not SZA. But SZA came through a system.
Different era. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she came through a system. NBA YoungBoy got like 6, 7 #1 albums or something crazy like that. He at one point he should have been one of the biggest rap stars in the game.
Yeah.
And he probably was.
Yeah.
But did it feel like it?
It wasn't ubiquitous. It's like my parents haven't heard of him.
Yes.
I always judge shit by if my folks have heard of the people.
That's right.
And my folks know who. This is interesting. After Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole, who do you see holding the torch for hip hop in the next 10, 20 years? Is there a younger generation that you see eventually becoming those 3 names? Is there anybody in the younger generation where you're like, yep, they got it. They're going to take it there?
JID. But I don't know if he's...
I think JID is more generation now. I mean, the problem, and I don't know if it's a problem. It's going to be hard. There will be another generation, guaranteed. I'm just not sure how it happens, because in order to be one of those guys, there was a traditional system in place that rewarded you in a different way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, when we had LaToya Luckett on, and she was just telling the whole story about you had to do talent shows. And then you had to get a manager. Getting a manager was the shit. Yeah. Then you had to get signed to a record label. Yeah. And then you had to actually get a producer that wanted to work with you. And you had to find songwriters. So there was this whole process to become a superstar.
Yeah.
Kendrick, Drake, and Cole went through that whole process. Like, they went through the process. There's no process anymore. So I don't know what gets you. I don't know what gets you to that level in 2000.
And also, like, groups are so segregated because radio isn't the predominant listening place for music. It's harder for Drake is. I don't know if they know about Kendrick and J. Cole, but they know about Drake.
Drake is on the radio all day, every day. Like that, those 8 people that we saw on Family Feud a couple of weeks ago, they went through a system.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you can get to that level without going through
the system.
A system.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dope people out there right now with dope music. I just don't know who tells the world
that this is...
they're the one.
Yeah.
Like, we're in this era now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to be in an era nowadays. It's like Drake had an era. Cardi had an era.
Yeah.
But Cardi went through a system.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know who I see holding the torch for hip hop in the next 10, 20 years. I really don't.
Truly, truly amazing to me. Great to see. Phenomenal move by him and his team. That release was peculiar.
That's still up, by the way.
It is still up?
Yeah, I just checked the website.
Okay.
It's up. The music is still there.
Oh, then we take it back.
Someone had to talk.
Drake posted on his shit that, on his Insta story that he was having a problem. All right, it's back
I'm sure
up, so I'll take it
someone
back.
called someone and said, hey, this is good.
That's still a very peculiar drop, number one.
Smart drop. He needed to be humanized to the public.
Yeah,
It diverted that beef energy
When it
off.
happened, I hadn't seen the stuff, but I was like, I'm sure they're gonna show him in a funny, silly, more humanistic light, because the pictures out here now is that he's this fucking dragon coming down, swooping everybody's shit. You gotta show him it.
And the more creative, and even in the we've always known he's been super creative, but just seeing the creative process that he does made you just appreciate
Him
the
actually
songs
making
more.
the beat.
Yeah,
for
him
One
making the
Dance
beat,
with whoever was making
reference
the beat.
tracks, doing shit for Kanye and all these other people. Yeah, that was dope.
Do you think that it was received that way though?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Not my concern how it was received. Me as a music lover and fan loved seeing that.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't even care too much about the songs.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
didn't
matter.
care too much about the songs.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
There was a
He
bunch of shit. I didn't
showed
even know what that was.
a lot of footage, which means he has been taping a lot of footage for years, which also tells me that something else is coming. You ain't been taping all this footage for all these years just to do a quick dump because you needed to be humanized.
Yeah.
Something is coming, like a big something, with all of this footage.
And we
see
saw that Kanye Genius Netflix doc, and like with an artist of Drake stature, yeah, I'm recording and I'm gonna put together the
Especially,
illest.
he came from fucking media, from TV.
Exactly.
Like,
He gave us a bunch of C sides.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
C and D sides, and the real shit is coming soon.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But I was even really
It's a teaser.
appreciative of that, man. His recording process, him in the booth, him coming up, him not so successful, him then successful. I was talking to Monty. I was like, I don't know how I feel now about Hotline Bling, right? Now that I see him and his crew in there coming up with the lyrics to Hotline Bling, we've all heard the rumors about Drum and him taking the song from Drum and the idea and the inspiration. That Drum song was a hit. That Drake song was a smash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like mega smash. And any of us could have gotten that Drum beat and gone in the studio. We were not coming out with Hotline Bling.
That's a fact.
We were not coming out with Hotline Bling.
I think
Now, where he got the inspiration from, even now, I'm too much of that nigga. That ain't never happened.
I don't even like that.
Where I fucked something down and then her phone was blown up. No, nigga. All her niggas knew that it was my turn to fuck it down. They had to bust it down. They wasn't just calling while I'm right there. Look, they don't play with me like that. But even the inspiration where he got the song, I loved everything about the drop. I can't lie.
Even just how Jay made it a priority to get that verse done. Like literally them talking about, Jay's literally on stage. He about to get off in 2 hours and he going back in just so we can get this one shit with him. That was dope.
That was fire.
There was a lot of them stories coming out. Ross just told one about how he went up to the Garden. Jay was about to perform. Right before he went on stage, let him hear the beat, and fucking record off Teflon Don. Freemason.
Yeah.
He did it in. He told him what the concept was, and he did it in 20 minutes. And then when it hit the stage.
Now, on the flip side of this coin, while I absolutely love the drop, I do not love what I think it symbolizes.
What's that?
I never think an artist of Drake's stature should do a free release of that stature.
think it sniffs of
Something
moving
is-
into legacy world.
Yeah, something is funny there for me. Yes, it was a phenomenal move,
I think
and
it was-
I love it.
I would agree with you if
I
it
love
wasn't coming off a horrible 6 months of.
I was about to say, yeah, I think desperate times call for desperate measures.
You emptied a lot of banana clips for that stabbing.
I think that nigga.
He sent a lot of bullets out. 100 gigs, a lot of footage, and 3 songs.
That nigga needs a
Yeah,
break.
but I got a whole that ain't.
That ain't half.
That ain't even a piece of what I really got.
I understand that. I'm just not used to that from our megastar.
He ain't used